What up, guys? The offensive madman Kyle Robinson coming to you live today with another Is It Worth the Drive Space, where we will take a look at the January free offering ManEater for PlayStation 5. Now, I was extremely excited to play this game, and that instantly regret just caught me right in the dick, because I had hoped that this game was awesome. And the sad news is it's just not as good as you would hope. I'm going to go ahead and get right into it fairly simple. A lot of this is going to be real easy, actually, and straightforward. The gameplay itself is just outright boring and repetitive. I hate to say that. A friend of mine kind of used the example of a overpriced mobile game. That's essentially what we have here in this sad attempt at a Jaws reboot, almost, is what I'll call it. The fact that I got it for free makes me less pissed off than had I actually paid for it. But since I did get it for free, I figured I'd give it a shot. I put a few hours into it, and this is kind of my takeaway here. The first thing is the story itself is not terrible, or at least it starts out not terrible. You are a spoiler for anyone who doesn't want to, be spoiled for this game. You start out as in a really badass boss fight where you fight Scaly Pete, which is basically like the head honcho hunter, and you're on a reality show. You start out as a great white who fucks his arm up or fucks his boat up. He pulls you up onto the boat, cuts you open, and guess what? You're pregnant. He pulls the baby out, the baby eats his arm, and throws you into a fucking lake. So then you turn into the baby, which sounds really cool that you're actually starting as a baby shark. Don't anybody ever sing that song to me, just for the record. But you start out as a baby and kind of mature your way up. The RPG elements of this game looked neat at first glance. And you thought to yourself, oh, there's a lot here. There's a lot of things you can do. The problem is there isn't. The problem is, as you'll see here, let's open up this map. The map is fairly big. The problem is that every single area is exactly the goddamn same. They're all connected as if you're fucking floating around the Florida Keys, and they're all exactly the same. It's kill something until you get enough information or enough things to get infamy to drag out the boss. And these bosses here, I've done a couple of the boss battles already, not these particular boss battles, but essentially it's just the same thing over and over. And what really sucks is you'll see down here, see the rewards down there, they are different pieces that actually mutate your body, which is cool, except to earn them you basically have to just replay things over and over and over, and it just really got boring quickly. You have different options like this, so you can actually change and upgrade your shark, which is kind of a neat thing because you were able to change it and there was a slight RPG element to it, but it did not do what it needed to do in order to really sink home what they wanted to accomplish, especially for $30. The graphics in the game aren't terrible. They're about as pretty as you would expect them to be, I suppose. The combat is also just god-awful repetitive. For the PlayStation, obviously because that's what I'm playing on, R2 is kind of like your munch-all button, and you'll see there I ate the thing. I get a few resources, a little bit of health, and rinse and repeat. So what's really cool, and the only redeeming quality I have right now about this game is that the co-star from Archer, I can't remember the fucking character he played, but it's the one that bones Lana. Anybody who watched Archer will know who I'm talking about. I can't think of his name. Cyril, that's his name. Shit. He voices the narrator of this game, which is kind of cool. So that's the one positive. You know, that's really all that there is to this game. I'm sad as hell to say that, but it's a fact. So if we're gonna go out on a limb and, you know, give this a rating, as I am prone to do, visually, you know, it's a PS5 title. You would expect some more out of it. So I'm gonna go with a 4 in the realm of visuals. I'm not a fan. The story, we'll go 6 out of 10. I think it's a fair number. And then finally, gameplay, I'm going 3 out of 10. The gameplay is just absolutely atrocious, super repetitive, and if you really wanted anything else, you could seriously just download the game on a mobile phone. Like, that's, I hate to admit that was the way that it came out, but it's accurate. So save yourself the trouble. If it's free and you want something to just float around peacefully and fuck shit up, cool, do it. It's not bad. But if you're looking for something with some substance, ManEater is not the game for you. Sorry to burst your bubble if that's what you were after. Yeah, so we're not sure what next week's free game or next month's free games are going to be for PlayStation. If we find that out, once we find that out, we'll pick a game from that topic and we'll go about there to do your next Is It Worth the Drive Space? Thank you guys very much for watching. I have been the Offensive Madman, Kyle Robinson, telling you that if words offend you, you can fuck off.